Well, friends, welcome back to Aaron's Anxiety. I am your host, Aaron. I have a new hands-free mount now, so that I don't have to risk my life trying to help everybody. I've been getting a lot of comments of people saying that that's dangerous to drive when you don't have your hands about you, and they are correct. And nothing will bring you more anxiety than a car accident, so we don't want that. So now I have this little object here, and it just keeps me up keeps both my hands on the steering wheel, and then I can also focus more on keeping the camera steady. So I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but this is why you guys keep me honest and safe. So I appreciate your guys' comments and concern for my safety. Thank you very much. That being said, getting into the video here, I'm having a little bit of a hard time today because yesterday I lost a friend of mine to suicide. So that being said, I wanted to touch bases about suicide today. It's not going to be a fun video, but like a lot of my videos, I want it to be helpful, and I just want it, if we can help anybody, that would be pretty wonderful. So, that being said, mental health is obviously why we're here, is a very important thing, and if there's any way that you can better yourself and your mental health, you should always take steps to do that. My friend, he's been struggling mentally for a while, at least a couple years. I'm not sure exactly what his diagnosis was, as far as what was going on in his head, but I know that he's been struggling, and all of us who struggle mentally know that it's a very difficult thing to talk about and to get through. So he's been suffering for, like I said, at least a couple years, and so I'm imagining that in his mind that he just had enough. He didn't like to take his medication, I know that much, and I know he was a wonderful person. And when you take your life, I assume that he was mentally struggling a lot, and sometimes you can only struggle so long before you want it to end, and so he found that end. But I am here to say that that's not, it's hard to say that if somebody's struggling to not end their struggle, you know what I mean? But we're so caught up in all life is precious and valuable, so I can't necessarily blame him if he's struggling that bad and he's having that hard of a time in his life, that's what he felt he needed to do after years. I feel like that would be a selfish thing to say. I feel like that would be a really selfish thing to say. So I can't blame him, but at the same time, there's always another way. There's always another way. You're never too far gone. You know what I'm saying? You're never too far gone. And for him, I don't know if he thought people didn't love him or that this was the only option. I don't know. I wish I knew what was going on in his head, but I don't. So I can at least put my voice into your head or into one of your loved ones' head by saying there's always another option. There's always something that can be done. You're never, I mean, we're in 2019. You're never without options in 2019. So, that being said, if you or someone you love is going through some really hard times and you feel like that may be your next thought, is that, or you start having thoughts of ending your life, I want you to pick up your phone. I want you to call the number 1-800-273-8255, because that is a number of the National Suicide Hotline, and these people will talk to you and they will rationalize with you, because if you're in that space in your head, you are not thinking rationally. You're going against nature. And these people will help. It's never going to hurt to call. So please, 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 from me, somebody that is has lost somebody, I am no different from your loved one. Just please make the fucking call. Fucking call these people, please, okay? Shit. I don't... Just fucking call, please. I'm sorry to cuss. You guys know I don't cuss a lot, but there's so much severity. Just make the call, please. This is not a joke. This is not... The suffering has ended for him. And I love that he's not feeling pain. I love that. But there's other options, dude. There's always other options. And the people that are here, me, his family, we have to sit here and hurt. And it's a hurt that doesn't go away. So, I don't know. It's such a tough question. It's such a hard thing to talk about because, like I said, I don't know if it's a selfish thing to say that if you're in pain and you have a way to fix your pain, that you shouldn't do that. Suicide's never the answer. There's always something. It's just a very tough topic. And I wish I had more constructed, helpful things to say about it. But I feel like all that I'm giving you guys right now is the things that are said normally. And I have a gift of gab. And I try to use that on this channel to help people describe how they're feeling, and to help describe to their loved ones how they're feeling, and describe how they can go about fixing some problems that they're having. But when it comes to this subject right here, I don't know. I know I want to say stuff, but I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. So badly, I want to help. I mean, that's why we're here. That's why this channel is here. Is for help. But I don't know what to say. I know I keep saying that. I just don't know what to say because I've never been there. In my worst anxiety problems, my very worst, I was in my bed with the lights off for at least a few days, just being tormented by my own anxiety, depersonalization, derealization, all those scary, scary things. And I remember at one point thinking to myself, if this is forever, then I don't want to be here, because I don't want this forever. That was the closest I've ever thought of even the idea of suicide. Because I love me, and I love my family, and I love my friends. life is very difficult sometimes. And I feel like that there's always just another way to go about doing things. Counseling. Because you go to counseling does not mean you're crazy. Okay? Normal, fully functioning people go to counseling. There's this big thing that, oh, hey, if I go see a therapist, I'm a crazy person. No, you're not. You're fine. Fully healthy, mentally healthy people see therapists. Because sometimes it's good to just get stuff out on the table. Medication's always a big one. I know he was mentally struggling and he didn't want to take his medication. Taking your medication is always going to help. And taking it consistently. Luckily for us in the anxiety world, I think what my friend was dealing with was more than just anxiety and things like that. I think he had a lot of mental demons, that's how I'll call them, and he couldn't take it no more. But for us here, not the case. We're here, and we are trying to take steps to improve our mental health, and we will get there. If I were to have taken bad actions at the time when I was thinking, if this is how life is, I don't know if I want to live it, then I wouldn't be here, obviously. And the thought of not being here now is scary, because I love my life now so much that I wouldn't trade it for the world. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful son. I have a nice job. I have you guys. If you're feeling these ways, be patient. Everything comes to an end. Depersonalization's never a forever thing. Derealization is a forever thing. Stress isn't a forever thing. Anxiety, overwhelming anxiety, is not a forever thing. Depression's not a forever thing. All these things pass, and you will become, in the next chapters of your life, better for it. You know, like I always say, pressure makes diamonds. And so you can either let go and give up the pressure, or you can become a diamond and become a better person for the struggles that you went through in the long run. When you look at very, very successful people, they've all had struggles, big struggles than a lot of us go through. But those struggles are what help them push and make themselves into the people that they are now. So, now we're left here holding the bag. And keep that in mind. No matter how much you feel, if you ever feel worthless, or if you ever feel like you don't have value in any way, or you're not loved by the people around you, just remember that Ryan, it's my friend, he thought that too. And now I'm sitting here, a full-grown adult, testosterone-driven male, and I'm really having a hard time even talking to you guys about this. And you guys know me, I don't have a hard time talking. But me and his family are now, and all of the people that, loved him or had love for him or were friends with him, there's an empty spot, and we're sitting here holding the bag for one decision. I'm glad he's at peace. just wish it would have went differently. If you have a loved one or a friend or someone who you think could be going through a mental tough spot, it would be a really nice thing if you would just reach out and just say hi. When I was going through my really hard depersonalization and anxiety problems, what I started to do, and it wasn't something I thought of, it was actually a recommendation to me by, I think, Les Brown or somebody I was listening to, that I should message people that I love, cousins, friends, things like that. Just message them, say, hey, I just want you to know that I love you and you mean a lot to me, and that's it. And so that's what I started doing. I started messaging my friends saying, hey, I just want to say that I really appreciate your friendship and you mean a lot to me. Or I would message my cousin, say, hey, I just want you to know I love you a lot. And just randomly, the random text. And at first it seems like it's going to be weird, but once it goes and it happens, it's not weird at all. They would come back with the same love. They would mirror that love back onto me. And that made me feel good. So if you feel like you don't have value, message a random friend and say, hey, I really appreciate your friendship. It really means a lot to me. Or, hey, message your cousin, brother, sister, mom, dad, somebody, and say, hey, I just want you to know that you really mean a lot to me and I really appreciate everything you do for me as a friend or as a loved one. You will reciprocate that love and they will say it back. They always do. And so I'm going to wrap up this video because I don't want to rant too long. If you're going through some hard times, call the number 1-800-273-8255, and don't hesitate. Just call it. Even if you're thinking you have an inkling, just call it. So yeah, sad day, but like everything else, this too will pass. It's not forever. And I will see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, insult, share, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video.